out the engine on this.
Roar!
And it's the wrong door. Alright, give it a shot.
Okay.
It is super drenched in oil. Wow. It's actually really bad. Well, it seems really bad there. Oop, you alright? I don't know, it just seems like it's leaking from everywhere. I was thinking it was just the front main seal, but I don't know. I mean, with the, I guess with the air pushing it back, it might just be grazing over all this. Starter's easy to get to, at least. That's about the only thing that looks easy to do on this. This is nice and broken. This looks like a battery thing. See anything in the tire mark? So the first time I took this thing out to drive, I must have picked up a nail because the tire's pretty much flat. And everything under here is covered in oil. They said it had a little leak. So the first round is going to be 115 grain. The second round is going to be 150 grain. So the second shot should be quieter because it's subsonic ammunition. But even though this has a suppressor, it's not going to be like Hollywood quiet. That's why I'm wearing hearing protection, because they're still really loud, even with a suppressor. So here we go. You can definitely hear the difference on the subsonic round. It's much quieter. You can see the smoke coming out of this nice, beautiful H&K SP5. So we've got the Zenith, and we've got the real deal HK MP5 civilian version, the silencer Co Omega 9 suppressor. So Mike is cleaning up under there and it's looking really good, but had only 10 psi in this tire, and Mike just pulled this nice long nail out of it, which I think I picked up at the dump. But yeah, as funny as that sounds, but this is looking really clean. So we should be able to figure out where it's leaking from after I drive it around a little bit. But we're pretty sure it's coming from the front main seal. Hopefully it is, which that'll be a much easier fix than pretty much everything else under here. Alright, so we've got my PSA 22 AR, just regular federal ammunition. And up here we have the Mask dead air suppressor. So it's I believe an 8-inch barrel or a 9-inch barrel. Not the quietest thing, but it's still pretty quiet. It doesn't really ring your ears. Cool. Alright, so the regular 115 grain. It's going to sound quiet on video, but in reality it's pretty loud. So we're out in the Lamborghini, picked up Steve back there. I'll go ahead and link his information down below. But he's doing a quick video on the car. Yesterday I went ahead and took it to my buddy's house and we sprayed down the bottom of the motor and got all the oil off of it. So far so good overnight. I haven't seen any drops of oil under the car, so it might take a week or so before I find a spot where it's leaking from. But I think most of that was just an accumulation over the years of nobody cleaning the bottom and the wind kind of dragging it along the bottom of the motor. But we'll get that taken care of. Hopefully it's just a front main seal.
Oh, it's a Lamborghini glass. Yeah.
Alright, I appreciate you guys watching the video. if you don't mind, go ahead and subscribe. And I've got some cool information. The subscribe button is free to click, so you can go ahead and click it, subscribe, hit the like button, comment down below, and I'd really appreciate it, and I'll get back to your comment. And if you have any suggestions for the Lamborghini for videos or content, please leave it down below and I'll probably give it a try. So if you guys ever wondered how I can afford cars like this, well, if you look down here, look at what I stumbled upon. See this dime down here? When I see stuff like this, I pick it up and I put it in my pocket. And I put it in my little piggy bank, and over time it adds up to money. But it just goes to show you should not be ashamed to pick up money when you see it. So Steve brought his R33 over to my house to see what it looked like next to the Supra. But I think honestly what he's trying to do is entice me to trade the Lambo for his R33.
I thought that's what we just did.
Yeah, well,
I put my car in the garage. Let me get those Lambo keys.
Maybe temporarily. Let's check out the engine on this thing. It's the wrong end. Alright, so here we are a couple weeks later over at Mike's, getting the car back on the lift to check the oil leak since the last time we cleaned it up. So now hopefully we can see where it's leaking from. As you can see with my attire, it's starting to get pretty cold here in Florida. Got some oil there and along here. But where is it coming from? Oh wow. A lot of oil there. I wonder if it's just coming from... I don't really see anything above that. Oh, maybe. And
could
here.
Be that oil pan or whatever you want to call it.
I hope not.
Because it looks like there could be something seeping from that area.
Alright, so I think we figured out what the leak is. Look at how loose those bolts are to the oil pan. So we're gonna go ahead and tighten those up, clean it up, and see if that makes the leak go away. But that's really the main side where it drips like on the cardboard under my car. Is one of those loose too?
I just unscrewed that.
Yeah, that one was loose too. So we're just gonna go ahead and check all of those. But other than that, it looks pretty clean under here. So Mike went ahead and Loctited, got all those tightened up and cleaned up again, and now it's looking nice and clean again. So hopefully that gets rid of the oil leak. Alright, so Mike pulled one of the lower covers off because he saw a coolant leak, and he thinks, as you can see it here in the line going up, might be from the clamp way up there. So he's going to go ahead and tighten that, and hopefully that'll take care of that leak. But you can see a good shot of the front differential, which is kind of neat. And you can see the battery up in there, and a little bit of that coolant leak. And there's the radiator. The wiring in here looks pretty nice too. Pretty cool setup. How it's got all the flat plates under here and everything. And motor's looking nice and clean now. Pretty cool little car. Alright, so Mike went ahead and removed the carpet and whatnot in the trunk, which is kind of cool. They were able to access all this. You can see the battery, but it made getting to these hose clamps a lot easier by going in through the trunk. And he's going to tighten up the one over there too. So he thinks that that's what the coolant leak's coming from, which seems to be what it looks like. But it's pretty neat how this is just all exposed, and it looks like it's all fairly easy to get to once that cover's out of there. Able to get a couple turns out of it. Well, Mike's putting the car back together. I appreciate you guys watching. I'm going to go ahead and go check out a property, maybe as a rental or a potential flip. We'll see how that goes. But if you guys don't mind, if you haven't already, subscribe. It's free to do. Hit the like button, comment down below, and I'll get to your comment as soon as I can, and I will see you guys in the next video. Thanks.